Hello everyone, I'm Wisdom Cube, and welcome back to another installment of Crossover Rivalries. And today I'm going to be doing the Crystal Gems from Steven Universe, and their villain for this video will be Dr. Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik, from the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. Yeah, so what would it be like if the Crystal Gems had to take on the likes of Dr. Eggman? Now, right off the bat, you guys are probably saying, well, the Crystal Gems got this. If they work together, they can take on Dr. Robotnik and his army. And yes, while that may be true to an extent, there's something you guys should probably know. The Crystal Gems don't have a lot of human adversaries to face. All they faced really are corrupted gems and homeworld gems and the diamonds. That's really it. When it comes to having like humans to contend with, yeah, their track record is basically non-existent. So yeah, what would it be like if the Crystal Gems had to take on Dr. Eggman or Robotnik? I think the Crystal Gems could hold their own against Dr. Robotnik, but to an extent, because here's the crippling issue when it comes to the Crystal Gems. And that is, since they don't have a lot of human adversaries to fight, they're probably going to be taken off guard by just the sheer magnitude of Dr. Eggman's inventions. And mind you, some of his inventions have given Sonic and his friends some trouble. Like, case in point, Metal Sonic. Yeah, even Sonic had trouble taking on. And, that's not even taking into account the various inventions that Robotnik has. Okay, I'm just gonna call him, Robotnik for the sake of this video. Hold on a second. Sorry. Stay hydrated, everyone. But anyway, yeah, that's not even taking into account the many different inventions that Robotnik has invented over the years. And some of the non-invented things he has, like the Phantom Ruby, which alters perception. Or, like, the Dream Scepter. Or, like, the Chaos Emeralds, which, mind you, in one instance, Dr. Robotnik used their power to blow up part of the moon in Sonic Adventures 2. Yeah, that's just to showcase what he is capable of, or rather, what his invention is capable of. Yeah. So in terms of sheer power and, like, technology, the Crystal Gems are going to be in trouble, even with Para and Bismuth on their side. And mind you, the Crystal Gems have lived for millennia at this point. Yeah, so you have to take that into consideration. That while the Crystal Gems have lived for a really long time, yeah, I don't think they have the same, like, technological expertise that Dr. Robotnik has. Yeah. And going back to inventions, yeah, Dr. Eggman also has, a lot of other things at his disposal, like the Death Egg Robot, or just the orbital space station, the Death Egg, or the Egg Dragoon. this giant mech. And I'm pretty sure he has many more giant mechs at his disposal that I don't even know how to name all of them. And that's not even count the armies of robots that Robotnik has either. And speaking of robots, aside from, Metal Sonic, which I mentioned before, he also has one more thing, and that is, wait, actually, before I get into that, he also has, something else at his disposal. In the IDW continuity, Dr. Robotnik has this, virus known as the Metal Virus. Yeah, this virus that basically transforms any organic material into a robot, essentially. And the only weakness of it is that it's not effective against actual robots. Yeah. Now, getting back to what I was saying before, the other thing that Robotnik has is Sage. Yes, this AI that Robotnik created, and while over time he did see robots with free will as a waste, over time he bonded with Sage, ultimately seeing her as a daughter. Yeah, Sage, and a robotic AI who ended up gaining actual sentience through an encounter during one of Eggman's schemes, or during an alien encounter, I should say. Yeah, she ended up gaining actual sentience. And yeah, due to that sentience, Robotnik actually saw her as a daughter. Yeah, so keep that in mind. And speaking of Robotnik, Steven will have to do everything in his power to try to end his conflict with Robotnik peacefully without fighting. And I'm pretty sure that he would realize that if, like, say, Dr. Eggman used the Chaos Emeralds to power up his Death Egg to destroy part of the moon, like the Steven Universe version of the moon. The moon base, all of it just blown to bits. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Steven, despite that, will have to try his best to not kill Dr. Eggman, because yeah, Robotnik has wrapped up so many crimes at this point. He's more than deserving of life in prison, or yeah, or being sentenced to the guillotine. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Steven will have to do everything in his power to try to appeal to Robotnik's humanity. And I'm pretty sure, like, if he, like, bonded with, like, some of Eggman's robots, I'm pretty sure, like, a Qbot or Orbot would realize that maybe we should join his side. And Robotnik would be like, no, bam. Yeah. Or even Sage. Like, I can see, like, Steven bonding with Sage, much like how Sage, like, observed Sonic and how he interacted with his friends. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, like, if Steven makes a connection with Sage, I'm pretty sure that would very slightly, and I do stress very slightly, try to get Eggman to turn his life around. Again, very slightly. But yeah, now aside from Robotnik's inventions, I'm pretty sure he would be quite charismatic enough to try to manipulate Steven or Pearl or any of the other crystal gems into falling into his traps, or even like biting on his side until like they eventually figure out that they've been duped or bamboozled, or in the word of SpongeBob, speckled. Anyway, so yeah, overall, I think the crystal gems might stand a chance against some of Robotnik's forces. Excuse me. I do think the crystal gems would stand a 50-50 soul chance against Robotnik's forces, but I think it's all about if Steven might form connections with some of Eggman's machines, like Orbot and Cubot, or even Sage. Yeah. So, and mind you, Steven does have a track record of redeeming people. How do you think his conflict with Homeworld ended? By befriending Peridot and reconnecting with the diamonds. Yeah, or even like making amends with Jasper. Granted, it took him a very long time to do so, and a lot of emotional and mental trauma, but still it worked. So, what do you guys think? What would it be like if Steven and the Crystal Gems from Steven Universe took on the likes of Dr. Eggman or Dr. Robotnik and his forces? Just comment below, let me know. I'm WisdomCube, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!